SoCal Land Rover retailers. The finale between the Dodgers and the Giants as they go for the series win. They go for a 5-2 season opening homestand. Joe Davis, more Hershiser, Alana Rizzo joins us in a moment. The standout of this team so far has been the offense. They lead the National League in homers. They lead the National League in walks. They lead the National League in hitting with runners in scoring position. And when you put it all together, they lead baseball scoring more than 8 runs per game.
You know, it's not boom or bust either. All facets of offense, they are firing on all cylinders. If it's setting the table, that's one thing. If it's hitting with runners in scoring position, that's another. And of course, the home runs. The leading home runner hitter in baseball, Cody Bellinger, and the leading RBI guy, Cody Bellinger, he tops it off. But everybody is chiming in. Maybe a couple guys you want to get going, maybe a Muncy, maybe a Seager, but pretty much a team effort.
Tonight they'll try to do it against Derek Holland, the left-hander that they saw a bunch last year in his first season in San Francisco. For a little more on the Dodgers, we go down to Alana Rizzo on the field, brought to you by BioFreeze.
Joe, thanks very much. You guys were just talking about the Dodgers offense to start this season. Oftentimes that offensive production comes from the top or the middle of the order, but don't look away from the Dodgers catchers at this point of the season. Both of these guys, after admittedly coming off one of their worst seasons offensively last year, have really produced at the plate. Both of them with 3 starts behind them. You can see the average there for Austin Barnes already has 2 home runs on the season. It took him until September of last year to get his second long ball. The OBP is there. The OPS is there as well. Nice to be able to get production from the bottom of the order from your backstop.
All right, Alana, it will be Austin Barnes doing the catching tonight for Ross Stripling.
You know, the utility pitcher is really good. Jack of all trades, master of all. Ross Stripling can do it all, and now in the rotation for a while, he's going to give them an outstanding effort. Look for that outstanding curveball, the good changeup, and the fastball location.
Ross looking to go 2-0 to open his season as this rivalry rolls on, dating back to 1890. The Dodgers, the Giants. First pitch coming up in just a moment. Land Rover retailers. So Nuke was always the best dressed man in the room, huh? Don Newcomb with Willie Mays playing photographer. Back in the Brooklyn and New York days. Now here in Southern California, the Dodgers entertaining the Giants in the final game of this 3-game series. Opening week presented by TD Ameritrade continues. In the final game at Dodger Stadium on this homestand as Kike Hernandez and the Dodgers try to get off to a 5-2 start. Making her day. This is always one of the great traditions pregame when the kids take the field, get the autographs. Take a look at the lineups. Here's the Giants, Steven Duggar to lead things off. Then Joe Panik at second base with Evan Longoria hitting third and starting at third. Brandon Belt, the cleanup man, he starts at first base with Brandon Crawford playing short. Kevin Pillar's first start in a Giants uniform comes out of the 6th spot and in center field. That's a topic we're going to discuss as this game goes on, how they're going to use him. Gerardo Parras in left. Eric Kratz does the catching. That means Buster Posey gets the night off, at least early on. And Ross Stripling, as you know, in the starting rotation with Clayton Kershaw starting the season on the injured list. And in his first outing, 5 1/3 shutout innings. Only 76 pitches, though. Dave Roberts mentioned pregame today he could see Ross getting up to 100.
He pitched very well. We know he's pitched out of the bullpen. He can pitch in the rotation. That bullpen experience helped him in his last outing. Diamondbacks were only 1 for 8 with men on base, so he had no trouble pitching with traffic.
A little bit cooler tonight. Temperature's supposed to drop down into the 50s by the time this one is finished. Off we go with a fastball strike on Duggar, who is starting in right field tonight for the first time in a few years, for the first time in his big league career. That's significant because, as we've talked about, as this series has gotten going, is this young guy was one of the guys they were building around, looking forward to watching him grow as a center fielder in an everyday role. But with the acquisition of Kevin Pillar, the word is that Duggar more often than not will be in right, and Pillar will roam center. Here a soft one hopper to Hernandez for the game's first out. He's part of this Dodgers defense, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. With Taylor, Pollock, and Bellinger in the outfield. Turner's at third. Seager, the double play partner for Hernandez. A left-hander on the mound. David Freese making the start at first base. And Barnes and Martin continue to go back and forth with the backstop duties. One gone in the first inning, and here's Joe Panik. Strike one.
We're pretty consistent with doing Dodger defense after an out, and I think the coaching staff has picked up on that, and they shift guys around on purpose. They know that graphic's going up.
Right.
They're always moving.
Take this, TV. Quickly 0-2. Joe Panik had yesterday off. He kind of fallen into a platoon role towards the end of last season, and what was the worst offensive year of his career. Who saw that coming? After the first two games of the season here at Dodger Stadium, 2 1-0 Giants wins, where he hit solo home runs to account for the scoring. He hit another home run in their home opener a few days after that, but just one more home run the rest of the year.
And he was getting interviewed an awful lot about his bat and adjustments he made coming into the year, and it was kind of like Nick Ahmed. I'm going to let the bat go.
Hernandez again, 2 up, 2 down.
Number 10, Evan Longoria.
Here's Longoria. I mean, how often do we see, to your point, Orel, guys make adjustments in the offseason, experience some success, but then kind of fade? It's just so hard to sustain after you change what you've always been doing. Strike one with a breaking ball.
Lowest batting average against last year for Ross on his individual pitches was his curveball.
On the ground to Turner at third. Spears it with a backhand, and a few ground ball outs for Ross Stripling on just 9 pitches to go 1-2-3. The Dodgers come to bat against Derek Holland when you come back. Tonight, Kike Hernandez, and what a start to his season, hitting .400 over the season's first week. And facing another pitcher tonight that he's had really good success against throughout his career. He's 4 for 7 with a home run against Derek Holland. Rest of the lineup looks like this. Turner and Freese with Corey Seager, A.J. Pollock, and Cody Bellinger in the heart of the lineup. Back-to-back starts for Taylor in left and Austin Barnes back in there catching. Derek Holland signed a minor league contract before spring training last year. Made the rotation pretty much only because of injuries, and wound up turning in his best season since 2013, when he was one of the best young pitchers in the game in Texas. He starts Hernandez with a fastball for a strike.
Really concentrated last year on keeping the ball down. More fastballs down around the knees, not hanging them up for home runs, and the slider had better bite down there.
And it, at this point, is pretty much all fastball slider. Only threw a couple change-ups against San Diego. Didn't throw any curveballs in his season debut last Friday, allowing 3 runs over 4 innings and a loss. The corner, strike 2. Holland, 32 years old now, out of Newark, Ohio. In his 11th major league season. Second one with the Giants. Came back on a 1-year deal after that comeback season last year. Hernandez turns on one. Left center. Leadoff home run. Already number 3 for Hernandez, and the Dodgers waste no time, leading Holland and the Giants 1-0. Now here's Turner poking it foul.
Talked about Darren Holland with the success last year, keeping the fastball down. Well, he got that one up, and Kike didn't miss it. Into the early evening sky. Who's he pointing at there?
I don't know. Must have had a conversation with somebody pregame about hitting the leadoff home run.
Come on, partner. He was pointing at you. You pointed back. It's a good conversation.
He's Nostradamus.
What the great thing about Kike, he hasn't lost any of his energy, but it's now channeled in the right place, and he's really focused and having a blast.
Well, who would have thought, Orel, the Dodgers would be sitting here week in, 18 home runs, more than any team has ever hit in baseball history over the first 6+ games of the year like this. And Justin Turner still has 0. Swings and misses on a slider. 1 out.
First baseman number 25, David Freese.
Now through the first 7 games of the season, the 2000 Cardinals hold the record. But over the first 6 games, the 17 the Dodgers had hit, the most ever. One out, first inning, and here's David Freese. Slider is inside, 1-0. Freese 1 for 8 so far this year. Getting the start today with the left-hander on the mound. Max Muncy coming off of the bench tonight. Hollins 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Three and 0. Two guys faced off in that epic World Series in 2011, where Freese was the MVP in St. Louis and Holland was the young pitcher for Texas. Spent 8 seasons with the Rangers. 1 year with the White Sox. Now in his 2nd year in San Francisco. He's walked Freese, and the Dodgers with a 1-out base runner. Giants defense brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. We mentioned the noteworthy change in the outfield with Steven Duggar moving to right to pave the way for Kevin Pillar in center. There may not be a better defensive outfield in the majors right now than those 3.
Range and arm strength. You are so right. And really, all 3 interchangeable parts.
One on, one out. Here's Corey Seager. The Dodgers in front on the leadoff home run from Kike Hernandez. Seager looks at ball 1. Corey trying to snap a little over his last 8. Waits on this 1-0 from Holland. It takes a low and away, ball 2.
Dodgers only 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup against Holland. Last year, one of the best against lefties. Lefties only hit 168 off of him. Cody Bellinger will have a shot at him, and Corey Seager right here.
On 2-0. He took a rip and miss, 2-1. Yeah, those splits significant a year ago, where he was the best in baseball as far as the slugging against left-handed hitters. Righties, though, he was 10th worst. So Dave Roberts stacking that lineup, 7 right-handed hitters. Holland home with a 2-1, and Seager swings and misses, strike 2.
Well, Dave didn't want the beat writers and the media to really read too much into this lineup because of Holland splits, thinking that, you know, is Muncy out of there because he's in a little slump? No, I just want to beat the starter right now. Everybody's available coming off the bench. There's nobody I'm avoiding. This is just strategy to get to Holland.
Tied him up there, full count. Freeze off of first. Here comes a 3-2, and Seager checks his swing on ball 4. Able to lay off a tough looking breaking ball. And they're first and second with one gone for A.J. Pollock, who is off to a fantastic start in a Dodger uniform. Another 2-hit night for him last night. He's hitting .360. He's played a solid center field, and I think so far been exactly what the Dodgers envisioned when they signed him.
We've complimented Cody Bellinger on using the whole field. A.J. Pollock is doing that too. You know, first time in a Dodger uniform, excited. The homestand, you get a few hits. He's not coming away from his game. He's hitting the ball where it's pitched.
Among the leaders in all of baseball this first week in hard hit balls. 2 on 1 out. Pollock takes a first pitch breaking ball to the outside corner for a strike. Former Notre Dame star A.J. Pollock. It's under this one. Kratz giving it a look. He's got room. So Pollock is the second out. Time now for the Land Rover Performance Spotlight as the hottest hitter in the National League comes up. The leader across baseball in home runs and RBIs. And with his grand slam last night, Orel, in his 300th game, his 69th career home run, that's the most in Dodger history through the first 300 games.
We saw Jock Peterson, his first 300 games. I witnessed Mike Piazza, and a lot of Dodger fans did. And now Cody is in front of those guys. It really puts it in perspective for me of how dominant he's been, because Mike Piazza put on a show.
Cody takes inside, ball 1. The home run last night, obviously against a left-handed pitcher in Madison Bumgarner. And if it's based off of last year's numbers against lefties, then it's a surprise that Bellinger did it. But when you widen the lens a little bit and you see what he did in 2017, you see what he did through his entire minor league career, it really shouldn't be a surprise him having success against lefties, because he has always been exceptional for a left-handed hitter against left-handed pitching.
And it wasn't a mistake fastball. That was a cutter on the outer half, and he hit it right to straightaway center. A nice piece of hitting.
He's got Freeze at second and Seager at first, and watches a breaking ball spin away for ball 3. So went back to the drawing board this offseason, got that swing back to where it was in 2017. Nothing specific that he focused on against left-handed pitchers, although the guy that was pitching to him every single day in the offseason, Brant Brown, is a lefty. And he said there's probably something to that. All of his offseason BP and now all of his pregame BP in the cage is against a lefty. Took a big rip on 3-0, and it's 3-1.
And even tougher left-on-left situations with guys with lower arm angles. You know, the ball seems to maybe be coming from behind you as the left-handed hitter, where when a righty throws to you, no matter what the arm angle, it's still coming into you. It feels like you're visualizing it with a little bit more perspective. The lefties with the low arm angle and the cut fastball he hit off of Bumgarner. Pretty special.
Special was a word that came up a lot right when he broke onto the scene. He was doing things each night that made you say wow, whether it was a throw from the outfield when you thought about him as a first baseman coming up, or it was him beating out an infield single. Remember him hitting one in the upper deck foul against Johnny Cueto, one pitch, and then going down the line the other way on the next pitch. And he's been like that this first week of 2019. It's a hard ground ball up the middle. This won't be easy. Panic coming home with it. And Freeze is around the tag.
Cody Bellinger beats the shift. It doesn't make it all the way out to the outfielders, but it's deep enough. And David Freeze, not the fastest guy in the world, but Dino Ebel and him together. The great base running secondary lead, and then Ebel pushing the envelope and sending Freeze with 2 outs. You don't expect to keep getting 2-out hits. Looks like he got by it cleanly.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, no signal from the Giant bench, so they're going to move on, and that run is going to count.
So the Dodgers with 2 here in the first. Bellinger with an RBI single, raising his major league leading total to 13 runs batted in this year, and getting Chris Taylor to the plate. He takes strike 1 in the inside corner. Taylor against Holland is just 1 for 12, but pretty much all that came when he wasn't right. So you go back to before the swing change when he was in Seattle. Different player. Faced Holland a bunch, both in the American League West. And then faced him a bunch last year when Cruz was battling mechanical things much of the way. Didn't see him at all in 2017, which is what he's trying to get back to this year. Two on, 2 out, 0-2. A little bit inside, and Taylor stays alive at a ball and 2 strikes.
When Chris Taylor is Chris Taylor, he's in the equation for guys on the Dodger roster that hit the ball the hardest the most often. You know, you think of Seager when he's been right. You know, you think of Justin Turner. And Chris Taylor, when he's got his swing, that's the kind of guy he is. He might go 0 for 4, but you say, boy, he hit the ball hard 3 times tonight. And I think he's working his way back to that. That's really where they want to be, that consistency. Shown flashes here early, but doesn't feel like he's arrived yet.
A 2-2. He strikes out swinging, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers get 2 in the first. They waste no time getting on Derek Collin. A leadoff home run from Kike Hernandez, and a 2-0 lead after 1. Dodgers 2, Giants 0. To the second inning we go. Joe Orel on Alana and Kike Hernandez. So leadoff home run against Derek Collin. Ross Stripling, after a 9-pitch first, comes home to another Texas native and Brandon Belt with strike 1. Belt 3 for 8 in this series. Basically won him the game on Monday, hitting a homer and then breaking the tie with a double. He has been, while healthy, one of their best hitters over the last few years. Question lately has been, can he stay healthy? He's missed more than 100 games the last 2 seasons. Boy, that breaking ball was pretty.
The adjustment he made last year with pitching coach Rick Honeycutt. They really decided to throw that thing as hard as they can. Just spin it, let it come out flatter, and then get that hard break.
Good take by Belt, 2-2.
Just the mindset of thinking of a curveball as an off-speed pitch. You don't fire all your muscles. You don't really try to throw it as hard as you can. And Rick just said, just throw it as hard as you can. Let's just see what happens.
Threw it again. Lofted to right. Cody Bellinger. The whole thought being, Orel, we're hearing more and more guys talk about this explicitly. The whole idea of tunneling and trying to mirror the breaking ball, the curveball in his case, to the high fastball, which he throws quite frequently. So Rich Hill's principle with his. You know, more and more guys discussing that, even though I'm sure back in your day, even if it wasn't explicitly discussed as a thing, guys were doing it.
Yeah, you talk about how are you going to set this pitch up. You didn't use the word tunneling. You just set it up with something that came out of the same window.
Ball one on Brandon Crawford. Soft grounder. Freeze feeding Stripling. There's a key conversation in Stripling's career when he was a rookie in 2016. Remember, he was sent down to Arizona to preserve innings and build up his leg strength because he'd started to wear down some. Well, Ross got a call from the Dodger president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, who said, "We want you to think about throwing your fastball up more." Because even a few years ago, that was still against conventional wisdom. So for Ross, that was a bit of a shock to the system. He had always thought what made him good was locating the fastball down at the bottom of the knees. Throws a strike to Kevin Pillar. Gave it a try, though, and it's changed his career. The ability to use that fastball up, pairing it with his curveball. Pillar yanks it to Seager. Hot shot plucked by the shortstop. Another efficient inning for Stripling, and a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the second. Back here in Los Angeles, opening week continuing as the Dodgers try to take 2 of 3 from San Francisco and try to go 5-2 on this homestand. Austin Barnes, who's set to lead off the second, has had a nice hand in it. There's a lot of detail off of the start of the show. And Russell Martin has been quite the combo at catcher. Derek Collins' first pitch of the second is ball 1.
The loss of Yasmani Grandal. There was a lot of speculation in the offseason if there would be any offense coming from the catching position. The Dodgers played their hand very slow there and had confidence that Austin could find it, that Russell Martin would be the right guy. Waiting on some young catching prospects, but still thinking that these guys can get it done. And Russell right there, he's not part of the coaching staff yet. He might be creeping up towards that age, but he is not. But always in the midst of good baseball discussions.
I don't know if you saw the article on Fangraphs today from Jay Jaffe, which made the case for Russell Martin as a Hall of Famer thanks to his framing ability. Barnes yanks it foul, and it stays at 2-2. And even Russell himself said, nah, that seems a little far-fetched. I got to play for another decade and have a lot of good things happen for another decade. But it's an interesting case that is made. And it's not necessarily arguing Russell Martin should be a Hall of Famer. It's just saying maybe we should think harder about it as we now have this data, how important framing is, how much value can be added through framing. And just because we didn't have those statistics before, say, the late 90s, early 2000s, and so you can't use that in comps with catchers before that era, doesn't mean guys like Martin should be docked for it.
I think it's the beginning of the conversation of entering that in as one of the criteria. I mean, kind of like when the W for the starting pitchers or anybody who got a W compared to an L, you know, you needed 20 to win the Cy Young. You know, you needed to have the most in the league to even be in the conversation. You know, that has been proven wrong now.
Barnes hits a towering fly ball to left. Back goes Parra at the wall. Didn't quite have enough. Just got under it.
It's April, but in June that's out. A day game that's out. It's just tonight. A little chilly. Early in the year, full extension, backspin, just a little too high on the launch angle.
That's one of the other great things these two catchers have going right now is they are really, truly a team and supporting each other. That's a strike on Ross Stripling. I mean, you saw a genuinely frustrated reaction from Russell Martin, who, if you're being honest, would benefit from Austin Barnes not succeeding. His playing time would. Stripling down the right field line. Duggar over to give it a look. Reaching into the crowd and nearly making the play.
You could argue the other side too, that if Austin Barnes does well, Russell Martin gets the correct amount of playing time for his age, and it extends his career.
That's true.
So, you know, all of a sudden, don't, you know, you root for your partner because maybe it'll keep it a set. 2/3, 1/3, 3/4, 1/4 of the playing time.
Stripling into short right center field. Here comes Duggar cutting in front of Pilar. It's not always a simple thing with two guys that have never played together out there. 2 gone in the second, and back to the top and Kike Hernandez.
His 3rd home run was a bomb to left field. Let's take a look at it pitch by pitch. Gets a strike low and away, a perfect pitch. Holland tries to go there. Now he comes in on him and he gets a strike again. Kike going, oh, you're going to double up? 2 outside and 2 inside? I'll wait for that one. Got a little of the plate. Kike got a lot of the ball.
5th career leadoff home run for Hernandez. His 3rd home run this season. Took a big rip here and fouled it off. The other catcher that Jay Jaffe made a case for in that article was Brian McCann. The value he's brought with his framing. Interesting read. And again, it's not a true pitch to get those guys into the Hall of Fame. It's just another way of thinking about framing and the value that it can add. Collins 1-1. Popped up. Panic with a call. And a catch. So the Dodgers down in order after they make noise in the first. 2-0 after 2.
Saturday, April 13th, the Brewers return to Dodger Stadium for a National League Championship Series rematch. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Cody Bellinger NLCS walk-off bobblehead commemorating his Game 4 heroics versus Milwaukee, courtesy of Budweiser. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Cody's got an RBI single in this one. Ross Stripling back to work, missing high to Gerardo Parra. He's retired the first 6 Giants that he's faced. And now gets Parra, Kratz, and the pitcher Holland here in the 3rd. Parra 3 of 8 in this series. Shoots one the other way. Long way to go. Chris Taylor won't get there. Picks it up off a bounce. Parra headed for second. Taylor's throw makes it close and gets him with a tag from Turner.
Dodgers had Parra swung around to left field. Chris Taylor trying to get over there to catch it, but had to get it on a bounce. Then it ends up with a strong throw to the right field side. Looks like Turner misses him the first time around. Does the glove stay on him, and do either of the hands come off? Is there a time when he's not on the bag? Oh, there might be right there. Glove on the left elbow, fingers come off the bag. Oh yeah, I think he's out. Nice job, JT, keeping the tag on him, maybe pushing him off just a little bit with an aggressive tag. Just got to come off for a second.
And how about the play, Orel, from Taylor? Not just the throw, but him getting to that ball on one bounce.
His speed plays anywhere. And he plays center field, left field, right field, the infield positions. But the speed plays everywhere. And as a left fielder, not always a tool that you see for left fielders is being able to run. And then that kind of arm that plays anywhere. Combination of Taylor's speed, the positioning, the arm strength, and JT holding the tag on. We're going to probably get a single for Parra and go sit down on the bench.
And a tip of the cap from him. Guy that leads baseball in outfield assists since he debuted in the majors about a decade ago, Gerardo Parra. Here's the verdict. He's out.
Nice job, Chris Taylor. Nice tag, JT. Right there.
And so the Giants still without a base runner tonight. As the 8-hitter and catcher Erik Kratz comes up. First pitch curve lands for a strike. Kratz in his first year with San Francisco, backing up Buster Posey. Seems like it's kind of been a revolving door of guys backing Posey up. Nick Hundley the last few seasons. They signed Kratz late this spring, late in the offseason. Over from Milwaukee, where he was a huge piece of what they did last year. Kratz is 38. He's in his 10th year, and he's now with his 8th different team. He's ahead of Stripling, 2-1. Life of a journeyman catcher. 16 times over those 10 years he's been released or traded or claimed. 16 times. Flips this one to first. That's where David Freese is waiting. 2 gone.
Can't say enough about Ross Stripling, the way he started this 2019 season. Comes into camp, finally settled on the fact that I'll probably be in the bullpen. Couple of injuries happen. It doesn't look like the rotation is going to be as planned. Ross gets extended in camp and now doing a great job as a starter.
And facing a switch hitting pitcher in Derek Holland.
I wonder how many those have been in the big leagues. Very many.
There are a handful of guys that have tried it and pitchers that are currently doing it, but nobody as frequently as him. So the only real full-time starter in the National League that is a switch hitter. Started doing it when he was in high school as an outfielder. His dad thought it'd be a good idea to give it a try, and so he did, and he's stuck with it. Ross Stripling makes quick work of him. Back-to-back curveballs to finish off a 9-pitch inning.
Dodger fans, do you know a standout high school senior athlete? Then nominate them for a chance to be named a Spectrum Sports Championship Drive Scholar Athlete presented by Shakey's Pizza. They will receive a $2,500 college scholarship. Go to SpectrumChamp.com now for more information.
Pair of first inning runs for the Dodgers. They lead it 2-0 to the bottom of the 3rd. 2, 3, and 4 for the Dodgers against Holland here in the 3rd. It's Turner to lead it off. One of the 2 strikeout victims against Holland so far. Well, Derek got off to such a good start to his major league career in Texas. And then his career was slowed by injuries. The 2013 best season of his career. But then missed much 2014 because of kind of a freak injury. He leaves this one high, and it's 1-1. He was running up the stairs at home playing with his dog, a boxer that he named Wrigley. He tripped over Wrigley and landed awkwardly, tore cartilage in his knee, and had to have surgery. And you don't want to draw a line directly from that to him not being as good, but he's not been the same since. Obviously, that's largely coincidence that he tripped over his dog and wasn't good anymore. But he had gotten off to a start where it looked like he was going to be one of the top pitchers in baseball for a while. It's at foul, and it's 2-2. Missed most of the 2015 season with a bad shoulder after he returned from the knee injury. That lingered for a while. Into that 2017 season you were talking about earlier, Orel, where he had an ERA above 6. So one of the great turnarounds in baseball last year with the numbers he put up. Turns Turner away, and the count goes full. On a payoff pitch, Turner takes strike 3 and down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
Number 25, David Freese.
Justin's not where he wants to be production-wise, but he's still producing. The RBIs are coming. He's just waiting for the average and the power to start to go up.
One gone for Freese. Walked in the first inning, came around to score on an infield single from Cody Bellinger. Using a nifty move with his base running to get around the tag at home. One ball, one strike. One and two. Two nothing game, third inning. David Freese checks his swing at a fastball that misses and evens the count up.
David really fits what this Dodger lineup is doing this year. They are really good against the first pitch in an at bat, hitting it hard. They are really good at building hitters' counts. They're really good at getting walks. And then you throw them a strike. They're really good at hitting it over the fence.
On 2-2. He takes it low and in.
Last year against left-handed pitchers, the Dodgers were right up there at the top, tied for first in drawing walks off of left-handed pitchers. David Freese got a walk in his first at bat.
Able to stay alive here. He had a big hand in their late season fortunes against left-handers. One of the reasons, in fact, the primary reason they acquired him was to pair him with Cody Bellinger and that platoon at first base. Eighth pitch of the at-bat, and Freese pops it up into right center field. Duggar comes on and makes the catch. And it really is an impressive group of statistics that they're leading the league in. And again, it's all couched by saying it's only 6 games in. But to lead the league in homers and walks and hitting with runners in scoring position, it's quite a combo of assets so far. 2 gone for Seager. One and 0.
2 major surgeries, making a comeback in kind of a mini slump. Left-handed pitcher, starter Dave Roberts could have maybe gave him a day off, but you know what? It tells you the confidence they have in Corey and where Corey is mentally, because Dave takes a read on not only what they're doing out on the field physically, but where are they mentally, and he doesn't think Corey needs a day.
Walked his first time, and we saw some impressive looking takes during that walk. Impressive one there to put him ahead 3-0.
That slider low and away, Holland threw it to him 2-0 in the first at bat. He swung through it. He threw it to him 3-2. He took it for the walk.
3-1. A lot of times can be a precursor for a guy breaking out when you see him taking those borderline pitches that go his way. On this 3-1, Seager checks his swing and a strike, full count.
Holland's had a tendency to do that right now. What I mean, it's when he gets into hitters counts, he's trying to jam people, get the pop up, tries to work you away, get strikes out there, walk you off the plate. If you don't bite, he comes inside.
Going back outside with the 3-2 that Seager fouls. And judging by that reaction, somebody made a great catch. Second time we've seen a fan get paid for catching a ball on this homestand. Another nice take from Seager, and he's got 2 walks over the first 3 innings.
Number Number 11, A.J. Pollock.
2 gone for Pollock. If you didn't see the first guy that got paid, a young fan caught a home run earlier in the homestand from the opposing team, and the crowd kind of pressured him into throwing it back, and he looked heartbroken. We were all heartbroken watching it, and then we saw a guy come up to him, a guy that was really enjoying himself, and give him a $100 bill.
We both commented that he'd still like to have the ball.
Inside on Pollock, 1-0.
The way this Dodger lineup has been functioning, you know, you think, oh, that's just a harmless 2-out walk. I'll just get the next guy. It can turn into 2 runs in a hurry with this lineup.
Well, Holland threw only 71 pitches in his last start, his first start of the year. This would be 70 right here. Never beaten the Dodgers, Derek Holland. 7 career games against them. Got in on Pollock for strike 2. Did we get another good catch?
I think we did.
This crowd brought its A game, Bulldog.
And a few gloves, maybe.
Oh, I think the previous one was either caught in the peanut bag or that guy next to the peanut bag. It's a little dribbler in front of the plate. Kratz has it. That's the inning. Through a 3, the Dodgers up 2-0. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into a Southern California BMW center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com for more details. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. We've seen some Gold Glove plays by fans tonight. Dodger Stadium, where LA leads it 2-0, trying to take this series from the Giants. Ross Stripling very efficient through 3 innings. Delivers a strike to Steven Duggar. Only his 28th pitch of the night.
7th curveball, all for strikes. Change up, he got squeezed on right there. Really good pitch, though. First time through the order, 7 for 9 first pitch strikes. Duggar, this second time up, he got a first pitch strike.
This is only the 3rd 2-ball count out of the first 10 hitters Ross has faced. His 2-1 is lifted to right field and deep and gone. Steven Duggar's first of the season cuts the deficit for the Giants in half, making it 2-1.
Left-handed hitters traditionally like the ball low and in. And they were trying to come up and in with a cut fastball. See the height of the target about waist high, but this one ends up down 6-8 inches below the waist. Give you a chance to extend your arms, open up those hips, drop the barrel on it, and get underneath it.
3rd major league home run for Duggar. And now Joe Panik looking at a strike. Stripling's season took a turn for the worse in the second half last year. The home run is the biggest issue. Home run rate tripled from the first half. It's fouled and it's 0-2. First home run, first run that Ross has allowed this year.
Well documented that Ross is a licensed stockbroker, and his philosophy is long term, and that's his philosophy in pitching. Long term. Execute, execute, execute. In the long term, you're going to be good.
Soft bouncer. Freeze at first. Takes it to the bag. 1 out. You know for sure that's his philosophy as a financial guy?
I do because I like to fool around on short-term stuff sometimes, and I'm asking for advice, and he goes, I can't really tell you about the short-term stuff. I'm more into long-term. He's working really hard on his own personal portfolio to get ready for those retirement years, and they come quick, you know, for athletes. You could be done at 35.
Evan Longoria with 1 out. Slots one up the middle for a base hit. And a 1 out single for Longoria.
Number 9, Brandon Belt.
Statistics tell you right now that Belt's not one of their hottest hitters, but you definitely have to respect him no matter what the stats say right now.
Ball 1 with a curve. First couple months last year, he was top 10 in the National League, hitting .309. His OPS, which is on base plus slugging, that ranked 3rd in the National League. And then he started to deal with horrible injury luck. Had an appendectomy, missed a couple of weeks. Plays off this one, and it's 1-1. And just really wasn't the same in the second half of the year. Stripling going up for the 1-1. A little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. I know you've talked about Belt being such a good low ball hitter. Not giving him a ton to hit down there.
It doesn't matter the velocity. It was a Joe Kelly fastball down there that he belted out of here. No pun intended.
Two and two.
Working him inside, went cutter in, and he threw an up and in kind of 2-seamer, tried to bring it back, and there a curveball inside. Speed him up with the hard stuff. Maybe he'll pull the curveball foul or swing through it. You throw him another curveball, you better back foot it and bounce it.
Pretty close to what he did.
Tried to. You don't want to throw it for a strike. He's used to the ball coming to the inner half of the plate here in the last 4 pitches. So give him something on the inner half of the plate again, but try and break it away. So visually he wants to swing, but if it ends up in a tough place like back foot, he almost got it there. Get him out.
One on, one out, and Stripling will check over there on Longoria.
Back in the day, this situation would be hard to throw a lot of slow curveballs to left-handed hitters because first base would be occupied. There'd be a big hole over there, but the shift is covering it. And so you pitch to the scouting report in the day, but you didn't always have the fielders in the right places compared to the spray chart. But now you pitch to the scouting report plus the spray chart has the fielders in the right place. Get the ball hit on the ground. The averages are a lot lower.
3-2. Here it comes. High fly ball to right center field. Brandon Belt with a 2-run shot, and the Giants have gone from down 2-0 to up 3-2 on a pair of home runs here in the 4th.
Almost 2 identical pitches get hit for home runs. Duggar, cutter that wasn't quite high enough, and I think this one to Belt. Pretty close. This one a little bit more out over the plate, but definitely just kind of hangs right there. Cement mixer cutter or a slider that he didn't really get through. You could see the pattern of that pitch right there, right towards the barrel. And
ball one on Crawford. So for Belt, his second home run in the 3 games in this series. Both of them significant parts of the game. First one got the Giants on the board on Monday as part of their comeback. This one gives them the lead. Two and one on Crawford. Good depth on that one. 2-2. First time through the order, just one Giant reached against Stripling. But in the second time through, 3 of the 4 that he's faced have gotten hits. That's down the left field line, peeling away from Taylor, but foul.
when the Dodgers starting pitchers start to eliminate the long ball, they're going to really be having an exceptional year. 9 of the 14 runs they have given up as starters have come by the home run.
Probably not the only staff saying that either, with the way baseball is these days. How many home runs there are.
We saw the home runs flying out of here on opening day, the Dodger record, 8 of them. And we thought, okay, what's going on with the baseball? But they kept going.
Crack bat, but up the middle and into center. 4th hit out of the 5 men that have come to the plate here in the 4th.
Ross Stripling with a couple mistakes. We saw him jump in the air after the second one to Belt. Ended up being a home run. 2 of the same pitches. You see they're almost identical. Duggar on the left, Belt on the right, and the second one was Belt. And Ross knew he made a mistake with the same exact pitch. And the jump was good, but he wishes he would have stayed on the ground. Belt would have hit it on the ground.
Pilar comes back up. Hit it hard his first time, but it was caught it short by Seager. So Pilar came over from Toronto officially yesterday in a trade for 3 players under control for another year after this year. 30-year-old that's been one of the top defensive players in baseball since making his debut 7 seasons ago. Dribbler, he can really fly. Stripling gets it over there, but it's off of Freese's glove. Crawford headed for third. He'll stop there. They're going to say that he's out at first and have to send Crawford back to second. So they'll say Pilar is out, changing his path to first in order to get in the way of the throw.
Take a look at the replay. Was he inside the baseline? Once he gets to the 45-foot line, that's that line on the outside of the base path, and you can see he is running to the inside the whole way, never gets back to the right side of first base. So in fair territory, you are not allowed to run there, and then when you're struck by the ball, you are out for being out of the base path.
Number 8, Gerardo Parra.
And again, they send Crawford back to first, where he was at the start of that play. That's a big call for out number 2 here in the 4th. Instead of first and third with 1 out, it's a man at first with 2 out, and Gerardo Parra coming up. curve for a strike. Parra, the only Giant to reach the first time through the lineup. He had a single to left, was thrown out trying to extend it into a double. Ross Stripling, who needed just 27 pitches for the first 3 innings, is about to throw his 27th of this 4th. Oh, and 2. That one gets by, and Crawford will advance into scoring position.
Looked like it went right through the wicket. Austin Barnes, a curveball, and it skids. Maybe get the tailgate down a little lower there. Right between his legs.
Well, it makes the ruling even more important. The previous play sending Crawford back from third to first. So it's still 3-2. Crawford at second with 2 out, and Stripling ready for a 1-2 to Parra. Lays off change, and it evens 2-2.
A couple of huge momentum shifts in this inning. Home runs for the Giants to take the lead, and then the interference call. And you can keep that momentum of only being down by 1 run to get this 3rd out.
On 2-2, Parra takes it high. Count goes full.
Not surprised that one was overly high. Coming back into a lefty, not wanting to make a mistake down and in again, or mid-height and in. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws him a 3-2 curveball or a 3-2 changeup here, as he's been hurt on the hard stuff.
Went with the change. Parra did well to stay alive.
First base open. Right-handed journeyman catcher on deck that you've gotten out. Parra got a hit down the left field line and got thrown out at second in his first at bat. He's going to give Parra some respect here on this pitch selection.
Slipped out of his hand, and Parra's aboard. Kratz coming up with 2 on and 2 out. It's the first Stripling walk tonight.
Be careful on this first pitch. Don't let him ambush you. Rick Honeycutt on the horn. Those phone calls have not worked out very well so far for the Dodgers. Trying to get their middle relief a little bit better.
That one clipped him to load the bases. It's unraveled a bit on Ross here in the 4th. Saving grace at this point is it's Derek Holland coming up.
Derek Holland.
Ball really tailed. Ross looking for that kind of movement, but just needs to command it.
Faced the minimum through 3. 6 base runners against him here in the 4th, and Rick Honeycutt's going to come out to talk. Caleb Ferguson getting loose.
Morongo, the good life, good times.
Well, Derek Holland is not Madison Bumgarner as far as his ability to hit, but still not an easy situation with nowhere to put him, and the command having deserted him a little bit the last couple ABs.
Well, a little bit of a stall for the bullpen. Not really going over Holland's ability to hit, but probably some keys to get Ross back in line. And you don't go out there as a pitching coach and all of a sudden come up with new ideas in the middle of a game. You develop tools that the way you communicate to certain pitchers in their side works and what helped them get back in line in their practice and use it here in the game.
Holland pops the first pitch up down the left field line. Taylor's over with room, and they leave the bases loaded. But that comes after they hit 2 home runs to take the lead in the 4th. Our Coors Light refreshing finish. Cody Bellinger with an RBI single his first time up, continuing what has been a monster opening week to his 3rd major league season.
If Cody Love finds it the way he has it going right now, he's going to be in the conversation of the MVP voting at the end of the year. His defensive abilities, taking over right field, not platooning, hitting for power, showing off the wheels and the arm. He's a complete player.
And he said as important as finding a way to get through last year's mental battle when things weren't going right. He said just as important as that is to maintain what you're doing when things are going right and not buy into the hype too much as that mounts. Something he obviously had practice in when he won Rookie of the Year. But continue to stick the routine and put the same work in each day that he's been doing. Half the battle, I would assume, is just acknowledging that that's a thing.
Understanding your foundation is a huge part of it. You know, having success is one thing. Really understanding how it's happening is the way to then be able to reproduce it day in and day out and year after year.
And he even said, as good as 2017 was, he didn't know why. He didn't know what he was doing necessarily. He was just going up there swinging away and using his athleticism, using his raw ability. Now he feels like he does have a good understanding of what makes him good. And conversely, what makes him struggle when it's not going right. Good work from Holland to sit him down, his 4th K.
Number 3, Chris Taylor.
Here's Chris Taylor. Veteran Derek Holland pitching with the lead for the first time. Home with his first one to Taylor, who fouls it into the glove for strike 1. Derek, quite a character, known for his impersonations. And I think he's so known for it that at times it gets casual eye rolls. But when you know what the origination of those impersonations are, probably appreciate them more. So he started doing the impersonations because of his passion for spending time with kids at children's hospitals. Started doing Kermit the Frog to make the kids laugh. He's expanded that to Harry Carey and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. He can do a bunch of them. And actually has a formal way of implementing them now for the kids. He's got his own foundation called 60 Feet 6 Foundation, where he supports kids dealing with debilitating diseases. It's passion of his back to his days playing in Texas. Ahead of Taylor 1-2 and home with the next one to strike him out for the second time tonight.
Number 15, Austin Barr.
2 gone in the 4th, and here's Barnes. Strike 1. Barnes just missed hitting a home run his first time up. Sky high fly ball that died at the wall and left. Parra caught it. Holland's been in the corners in this 4th.
You know, the veteran gets a lead and you feel like, oh, don't let him settle in, but I don't think his pitch count's going to let him settle in. 82, maybe at the end of this inning, maybe one more.
He strikes out the side here in the 4th, by far his best inning of the night, looking like a different guy pitching with the lead for the first time.
Ross Stripling and the Dodgers down 3-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Time now for T-Mobile's connection of the game as we look ahead to the Rockies series this weekend. After a team day off tomorrow, the Dodgers rotation is going to stay in line. Kenta Maeda will make his second start of the season on Friday. That's a day game, a 1 p.m. start here in California against Tyler Anderson. Then Walker Buehler, coming off a outing in which he went 3+ will go on Saturday versus John Gray. Then Julio Urias will make his second start of the season against Chad Bettis on Sunday. Again, that's a night game on ESPN. And depending upon whether Clayton Kershaw or Rich Hill come back, Urias may make a third start. If one of those guys comes back before that third start, he'll be in the bullpen.
All right, Alana. So the first road trip of the year coming up. His first homestand is blown by.
It has been so exciting. It's been a great homestand, 4-2 so far, and trying to win this second series.
Ross Stripling trying to get back to what he was doing over the first 3 innings. Steven Duggar taking a curve for a strike. What was different from your eyes in that 4th after he faced the minimum through 3, gave up 3 in the 4th?
The mistakes have been with the hard stuff, the fastball and the slider/cutter. He's only given up 1 hit with the changeup. The curveball has been outstanding. About 90% strikes with the curveball. And his swings and misses have come really with the curveball.
There's a breaking pitch. 1-2 on Duggar, who started the scoring for the Giants with a solo shot last inning. Two and two. Duggar earlier on this road trip down in San Diego got hit by a pitch on the tip of his nose. He said it stung like heck for the next few innings.
Did the umpire catch it, I wonder, on the very first try? He saw it? Oh my gosh. Usually you're pointing at like your foot, see the shoe polish on the ball.
Right.
You know, usually you're like, I got hit on the hand, they take their batting glove off, see the red spot. No, it was my nose.
Look, I'm Rudolph. Next time he was up after that, lined the ball right by the pitcher's ear. But I was trying to hit it back off the tip of his nose. Make you Rudolph. Nose for a nose. 2-2 and another foul. You know, our friends Kruk and Kite, the Giants TV crew, they were giving you a hard time, saying they don't know how that never happened to you, because they said you got a bit of a pointy nose.
I do have a pointy nose.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
I didn't. They did.
Okay. Thank you for repeating it.
Stripling gets Duggar this time.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything about your nose.
It's pretty pointy too.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I never put it over a major league plate though, and asked the pitcher to hit it. Yeah, the Giants guy said they thought if you went through a whole major league career without it happening, it wasn't possible. And then Duggar proved them wrong.
Oh boy. Oh, I wish this wasn't the last
Here's
game.
Joe Panic. Strike. These guys are the best though.
Yeah. They didn't get shortchanged on their nostrils.
Throwing shade back.
Yeah.
Panic dribbles one through the shift. That thing was spinning sideways out there on a cue shot, and he's got a one-out single.
Enjoy watching the fireworks from the field after every Friday night Dodger game presented by Denny's. Join us on April 12th for a pyro show set to the music of the artist performing at Coachella. For tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions.
You a big Coachella guy?
I have never been to Coachella.
Here's Longoria.
Should I go?
I've never been either, but it seems like you're seen. From what I've seen on the gram.
I see a lot of people in the outfits that they go to Coachella, and I don't have one.
Okay. We can get you one of those.
No, it seems like they are special outfits that you've got to go shopping for and get it going. I don't think so. Can I return the question to you?
Never been.
Okay.
No.
A lot of people go.
Yeah.
Isn't it over like 3 or 4 days? Yeah,
it's a couple days.
Yeah.
Kind of a mini festival, but over a couple weekends.
Yeah. So they give you 5 days in between to recover.
Right.
You can't do this 4 days in a row. We got to have 2 weekends.
That's your kind of schedule as a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
That change fades over the inside corner, and it's 0-2 on Longoria. Both these guys are big music guys. Ross was a singer in the spring training band. Evan Longoria can play the drums. Self-taught drummer. Well, he's guessing something else and watched a curve land at the knees for strike 3.
Carl's Jr. gives you a good look at that curveball in slow motion. You're right. He flinched and blinked right through that. He was looking for something else.
So 2 gone here in the 5th as Brandon Belt comes up with the Giants in front 3-2. Remember Greg Zahn?
Oh yeah.
So Greg Zahn had a drum set in the Tampa Bay clubhouse, and Longoria early on in his career would get to the park 2 hours early to work on his drumming before anybody else had arrived. So this is 2 hours even before the early arrival for his actual baseball stuff. Belt shoots one to the left side where Seager's waiting on it, throws across to get him. Longoria wasn't confident enough in his drumming skills yet. Didn't want to practice with a full clubhouse. And taught himself with YouTube tutorials. Ross Stripling has only thrown 75 pitches, so no real question. He'll hit for himself here in the 5th. Trailing 3-2. Derek Holland coming off his best inning, having struck out the side in the 4th. Gets strike 1 here.
Dodgers have picked on Holland's fastball, but his slider has been outstanding. 10 swings and misses from the Dodgers, 8 from the slider.
Off of his glove, it's short. Crawford near the bag, throws Stripling out. 3-2 game in the 5th. Back to the top of the order. Kike Hernandez coming up. Led off the game with a home run, and we look back on it on StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
It was a no-doubter, and the stats prove that. Kike knew it as soon as he hit it.
Hernandez against Holland is now 5 for 9 with a pair of home runs. They keep going Bumgarner Holland back-to-back days. He's going to have some hot stretches this year against San Francisco with a track record against those guys. He very quickly says, though, history doesn't mean anything. He knows it's a humbling game and it can turn on a dime. Towards the left field corner, hooking over the head of Parra and bouncing off the wall. Parra can really gun it, but he won't get Kike, who's got a double, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Kike doesn't get fooled by the slider. This one doesn't get down and in by his kneecaps. It stays out over the plate, and he doesn't miss it. Home run on a fastball. Slider is a double. The way he's swinging the bat, I don't think it matters if it's Bumgarner or Holland. Right-handed, left-handed. He's just swinging it good.
Turner with a chance to tie it with a base hit now. Kike tonight, Orel, is 2 for 3. Now the Dodgers trying to get everybody else going. Rest of the team a combined 1 for 13. And Turner at the head of that list. Not quite looked himself yet. Take strike 1. That sweeps inside, and it evens it at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Justin didn't limp out of the gate, but he's definitely not sprinting. But it's shocking just because of how good a spring training he had. I mean, he hit 450 in spring training.
Looked like he was doing it in his sleep, too.
And it wasn't a small sample size. He was going out there and playing a lot.
Right. Here's the 1-1 to him.
But he still has picked up his RBIs.
Yep.
You know, Bellinger's off the charts out there leading the whole league, but Justin's right there, 2nd or 3rd place on the Dodgers as far as RBIs. Kike just caught him with his home run, getting his 6th, and that's where Justin's at.
Had the game winner last night. It was Bellinger's grand slam that took the headlines, but Turner quietly brought home a run with a sacrifice fly. That wound up being the difference in the 6-5 win. Holland brings him a 1-2 and strikes him out for the 3rd time tonight.
Arguing the 3rd strike for Justin is not something that he does very often. He's got a great eye, and the fact that this one was rung up and electronically rung up, he's just not seeing it the way he was in the spring.
So that is 7 Ks now for Holland, and here with 2 gone in the 5th, it's up to David Freese, who takes ball 1. Justin Turner, all of 2018, had one 3-strikeout game. And so far tonight, 0 for 3, 3 Ks. Sam Dyson has started to warm with Holland at 92 pitches. The year before, Turner didn't have a single 3-strikeout game. 2-0 on Freese. Another spot the Dodgers have excelled on this opening homestand. Runners in scoring position. Here, Freese is ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. Seager waits on deck in a 3-2 game in the bottom of the 5th. Three and 1. Three good games between these teams this week. Giants by 2 on Monday. Dodgers by 1 last night. Even a 1-run game in the 5th here in game 3. Freese is taking a walk, and Seager comes up with 2 out.
Corey Seager.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, comes out.
I was going to tell him to empty the tank. This is your last hitter. A.J. Pollock on deck. Seager, 1 of 2 lefties in the lineup. They'll let Holland face him here. Maybe reminding him of the sequence that he used prior at bats. Looks like now going over the signs.
Seager so far tonight walked both times against Holland and seemed to see him really well. Wasn't like Holland was all over the place, but Seager wasn't biting on some of those borderline pitches.
Now the pattern has been to try and get a strike away somehow, then trying to walk him off the plate with the slider. Maybe surprise him with the fastball in later in the count. See what he goes with here.
With Hernandez at second after his double, and Freese at first after the walk. First one to Corey Seager is to the outside corner with a slider.
That first pitch strike with a slider now gives him an opportunity either to take it farther away over into the right-hand batter's box. If he comes inside with a fastball, I think it'll be off the plate.
Cued off the end of the bat, race to the bag that Longoria wins to end the inning. Went back out there and got Seager to finish off his night most likely. 3-2 Giants to the 6.
Friday on an all-new Backstage Dodgers, get an inside look at all the sights and sounds of opening day as the team put on a record-breaking show to start the season. Plus, Dave Roberts is mic'd up for Game 1. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac, Friday after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Ross Stripling gets strike 1 on Brandon Crawford, running a cutter inside. Derek Holland and Eric Kratz. Looks like Holland's night is finished. He had neared 100 pitches. Gave up those 2 runs in the first inning, but nothing after. Roller to the right side. Corey Seager's got it and throws Crawford out, 1 away. Ross Stripling, born in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. He's the only Stripling born outside Texas. He was born in Pennsylvania. He's a few months old. His family moved to Cincinnati for his dad's job, but his dad wanted to keep the job but find a way to live in Texas. So after a few years, moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Curveball to get strike 1 on Pilar. And for about 2 decades, his father, for his engineering job in Cincinnati, lived in Texas and commuted to Ohio every week. He'd fly out Monday morning, come back Thursday night. Dribbled in front of the plate. Stripling's got it. Lobs to first to get Pilar, who didn't look like he was headed down there as fast as you'd expect. It was odd looking, wasn't it, all around?
It was really odd looking. Ross just decided to just cast it down there. I don't ever see him throw the ball to bases like that, but he thought it was just going to be nice and easy. He just didn't throw it far enough.
What is Pilar doing, though? Your first game with your new team and you're a speedster on an in-between play like that?
I know. Maybe Ross thought that he's going to beat it out easy. He goes to throw it and he's like, oh my God, he's not even running.
2 gone for Parra. Gotta figure Pilar's thought it was foul or something. That was weird.
It's going to be some interesting times in the circle with the media around his locker after the game.
And that is not his MO. That's why it's extra weird.
Yeah.
It's a guy that plays with his hair on fire.
I wonder if he felt something right there. Yeah, he might have felt something, just the way he even eases up there and doesn't. He didn't stop running at that one speed. He kind of gingerly came to rest.
The look on Austin Barnes' face said the same thing. Like that, there's got to be something behind that. Really quick inning for Ross Stripling. Does it on 7 pitches. 3-2 to the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., the charbroiled beyond famous star, only at Carl's Jr., where the food is the star. And by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Test drive one today during the Jeep Spring Sales event. Giants in front 3-2. A couple of home runs in the 4th inning against Ross Stripling. Dodgers got both their runs in the 1st. Pitching change brought to you by BioFreeze. The night is finished for Derek Holland. The ground ball specialist Sam Dyson comes on for Bruce Bochy.
Here we are in the 6th, and you could see Dyson out there for an inning or 2. He'll go multiple innings. Had an outing against San Diego already this year, an inning and 2/3, gave up 2 hits and a run. Struck out 1, and he gets it done in a hurry. That inning and 2/3, he only threw 14 pitches.
Ross Stripling with a very efficient last inning at just 82 pitches through 6. Really just the 4th. It's been the only inning where the Giants have done much of anything against him, any kind of threat tonight. When they bat it around, just 1 more than the minimum outside that. Offense trying to come from behind, get him off the hook. A.J. Pollock watches Dyson miss with 95, ball 1. A.J.'s 0 for 2 tonight and 2 for 10 in this series. One on 1. Go 3 doors down from Dieter.
I like that song.
It's a good one. One and 2. Mention AJ's a Notre Dame guy. He married another Notre Dame athlete. His wife, Kate, played lacrosse in South Bend. She's originally from Australia. AJ proposed to her in Australia when the Diamondbacks were there opening the season against the Dodgers on a cliff overlooking the ocean.
Very nice.
Two and 2. Part of the reason they love living in Los Angeles. Part of the reason that they decided to sign here long term. Love the beach, love the water, love the warm weather. Who doesn't? Pollock starting the 6th in a 1-run game and a check swing foul.
I love to look at the water, but I got to come clean. I'm the guy with tennis shoes and socks on when I walk the beach. I'm not a
You don't like sand?
Not a sand between the toes guy.
I get it.
But I love going to the beach. I'm the guy sitting under the umbrella, reading a book, looking out at the ocean, watching the kids play. But
T-shirt on?
Oh yeah, I'll have a T-shirt on and sunscreen.
Socks with your shoes when you're at the beach? Or
Sometimes, yeah, because I hate the gritty feeling in my tennis shoes.
Off of the glove, Pollock stays alive. That just doesn't sound real comfy.
Well, you know,
but I guess
maybe you got to try it.
Between your toes isn't real comfy.
No, not comfy for me. And I don't like that. When you wear sandals, I don't like that piece of leather between your big toe and your next toe. It just kind of irritates me.
What I'm hearing here is you just really don't like stuff between your toes.
Okay, thank you. I don't need to go to therapy this week.
Yeah,
I've got it solved.
2-2. 7th pitch coming to Pollock. Chased. 1 out.
Right fielder, Cody Bellinger.
So here's Bellinger, who had an RBI single back in the 1st inning. Since then, the Dodgers have just 1 hit. Leading the majors in homers and RBIs. And ahead of Dyson, 1 ball, no strikes. That tails in there, had like change-up action to it. 2-seamer diving in at 94, 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes.
Cody's approach he's been using this so far this year will work right here. Trying to hit a right-handed sinker. You better go the opposite way. You try and pull it, you roll over it, you try and get it in the air, you'll top it. You got to stay with it. Hit it to left.
Plenty of room over there. 1-2. They come inside, and that thing dives back in. Not a whole lot you can do with it. Back-to-back Ks to open the inning for Dyson.
Cody swung and missed at a lot of up and in fastballs last year. Then they'd attack him with breaking balls down and in. This one he thinks is going to be a ball, but boy, did it come back a long way. You didn't make a mistake there, Cody. That was just an unbelievable pitch.
Second time Bellinger struck out tonight. Taylor coming up has struck out both of his at-bats. They're mounting tonight, those Ks. And they've done a good job for the most part at avoiding so far this season. This is good stuff.
Yeah, that one was a little wide right there because that's a 2-seamer coming back, and I think it didn't make it back to the plate, but he got the benefit of the doubt. Puts Chris in a hole. If that was a strike, I would have said the home plate's on roller skates moving back and forth.
Yeah, you can't have both edges like that.
I guess it's not roller skates now, it'd be the roller blades. Roller skates kind of showing my age.
Are they still doing roller blades?
I had a pair of roller blades with my kids. I haven't been out on them lately.
Coachella, you could do it there.
I could Rollerblade at Coachella, get a new outfit to go there and go both weekends.
Yep.
All right.
If you really want to get crazy, take your shoes off at the beach.
You got me now.
2 balls and a strike on Taylor. Dyson comes back home. Taylor chops one to the hole at short. Crawford gets him. We've played 6. The Dodgers trying to stir up some offense. Have been quiet since the first. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try Jack's $4.99 sourdough patty melt combo. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Price and participation may vary. 1-run game as this game goes to the 7th, and we want to send our thoughts and prayers to the Heffley family. Nancy B., the longtime organist at Dodger Stadium, yesterday lost her husband Bill, who was a fixture here at Dodger Stadium for all those years where Nancy B. was a staple in Los Angeles. So our thoughts and prayers out to that whole family.
Yeah, Nancy, we are really with you, and we appreciate you so much and how much you did for all of our careers here and being part of this whole Dodger Stadium experience. But you were a huge part and still part of the Dodger family. We think a lot about you.
There, Kratz leading off this 7th inning for the Giants. No balls and 2 strikes. Bill was actually an iron worker that helped build Dodger Stadium. And then all those years that Nancy was doing her thing at Dodger Stadium from the 80s through 2015, Bill would come have dinner in the press room with Nancy, and then would go score the game. Sit on the club level, score the game while Nancy B. played the organ. Many memorable nights for those two together here.
They were inseparable at dinner time. They were always at the same table across from each other, and a fantastic marriage.
3-2 in the 7th with Kratz leading things off and chopping one foul. Dodgers got 2 in the 1st inning tonight. Hernandez started the game with a home run. Added one on a Bellinger RBI single. With the Giants in the 4th, that's the only inning they've done anything against Ross Stripling, but they made some noise. Solo home run from Steven Duggar and a 2-run home run from Brandon Belt. Curve is lifted to short left field. Seager's out. Taylor's on. He's got it. 1 away. Stripling at 87 pitches. Scott Alexander getting ready to go. Pablo Sandoval coming up as the pinch hitter. And it looks like that is going to do it for Stripling with the left-handed batting Sandoval introduced. Here comes Dave Roberts. Now the couple left-handers to follow, and Duggar and Panic. Good outing from Stripling. We'll go to the dugout and hope the offense can pick them up. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. It's Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Now get amazing deals on a new Toyota Camry. And by Wiener Schnitzel. Back at Dodger Stadium, Giants 3, Dodgers 2, 7th inning. And Scott Alexander comes on for Dave Roberts. Made a few appearances. No runs officially charged to his line, although he allowed a couple of inherited runners to score in the first game in this series. Leading to these numbers partially. Dodger bullpen with an ERA near 7 through the first week.
They haven't been very effective with men on base. Scott coming in here with a clean slate. Get the leadoff hitter right here, the pinch hitter Sandoval. Get ahead in the count, keep the ball down, get the ball hit on the ground, which he is a specialist at.
I beg your pardon, I said a left-handed batting Sandoval. The switch hitter with a left-handed pitcher will flip around and bat right-handed. Lefties come after him at the top of the order with Duggar and Panic. So far this season, Sandoval 3 for 8. Alexander ahead 0-2.
Two dandies low and away. It's the way to come out of the bullpen, attacking and making quality pitches.
We talked about it during the pregame show. Dodgers winning offensively and with the starting pitching because they're getting ahead in the count. And the opposite has been true largely with the bullpen. Step back to Alexander. They'll flip it on to first. 2 gone. So he gets ahead and then finishes him off.
Only 2 guys got more ground balls last year than Scott. It was Zach Britton and Brad Ziegler.
With 2 out, here's Duggar. Started the scoring for San Francisco tonight with a home run in the 4th. Alexander comes home and another well-placed sinker for strike 1.
When he's good, he's sinking it right down there by the knees, and then he can expand the strike zone by going down. He's got sinkers that the bottom will drop out of, but you don't want to throw those early in the count because they get called for balls. You want to start at the knees and work down. That was a breaking ball. We've documented that he's changed the grip on that, looking for a little bigger break. He and Rick Honeycutt working hard on that, starting to get comfortable with it.
Man, that's good. 1 and 2.
Turbo sync when you get at 94, 93 miles an hour. Get the ball moving down late. It doesn't have to move a lot. It just got to move the width of the barrel.
The 1-2 pitch.
Maybe some good defense. 2 3 up, 3 down innings in a row. Maybe give the offense a little boost.
Man, that sinker is locked in for Scott Alexander. A couple batters he comes on and faces, and we scratch at Dodger Stadium in a 3-2 game. Austin Barnes leading off the 7th inning for the Dodgers and taking ball 1 from the hard-throwing right-hander Reyes Moronta. Part of this very talented Giants bullpen, no doubt their biggest strength. Here comes a 1-0. Barnes fouls it back with a good rip, 1-1. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Dodgers in this inning. Barnes tries to lay off, called a strike, 1 and 2. The pitcher's spot. Alex Verdugo has stepped into the on-deck circle. Most productive pinch hitter in baseball on this young season with 3 pinch hits. Moronta home with a 1-2. Rides in and it's punch foul. Happy fan taking home a souvenir. Barnes hooks one down the line. That's a base hit to open the 7th. He's thinking 2 out of the box. Parra comes up gunning late. Leadoff double, Austin Barnes.
It wasn't hit hard, but it was hit well because this bat stays in the strike zone for a long time. A changeup he's out in front of. Top hand comes off the bat, gets some extension, stayed in his legs. That was an outstanding swing to give himself a chance, and he got more than a chance. He got 2.
The catcher can scoot. Scooter Barnes. And now Verdugo with a chance to tie it with a base hit potentially, or give the Dodgers the lead here in the 7th. And limited duty, it's been a hot start for him. 5 for his first 10, having started just once. They've been reliable off of Dave Roberts' bench. What a challenge for him against Moronta. Ball 1.
Moronta can run it up there about 98 miles an hour. He wants the out to be the left side of the diamond, left field, shortstop, third base, so that Barnes doesn't move over. You might be able to sit fastball here because if he throws you something off speed, you'll roll over it, but you'll move the runner up.
Healthy cut at 97, 1-1.
Back-to-back heaters.
You pointed out yesterday on a RBI hit for Verdugo where he took second with a great base running play. Likely building up some goodwill in that clubhouse. Still one of the young guys, still one of the new guys, even though he's had a couple call-ups in prior years. First opening day roster for the 22-year-old, who on 1-1 fouls it back, strike 2.
Well, the goal is to win it all. You go to 2 World Series the last 2 years, and you fall short. But really, the focus this spring and throughout this whole year is going to be details, the little stuff, something that can put him over the top. So when he picks up just that extra 90 feet on a throw, it shows a lot that he's part of the team.
Moronta backs him off of the plate with 97.
He understands the goal and he's attacking it, and that gets you a lot of equity in the locker room because there's some frustration in there, you know, just like there is with the fan base of not winning the World Series. There's frustration in the locker room, and they're pointed in the right direction.
These numbers here get you some equity too. 3 for 4 with men in scoring position on the young season. A 2-2. Oh, he fanned it one that was a yard outside. Uncharacteristic of Alex.
Second baseman, number 14.
Well, he sped him up. All fastballs until the last pitch, and now this changeup, and you see how much it runs. He's starting early to try and move up the runner, not hitting for himself, trying to pull it, but then he gets an off-speed pitch, and he's so far out in front, can't even touch it.
Unable to advance the runner. And Hernandez, who has a home run tonight, comes up with Barnes at second and 1 gone. Oh my goodness. Kratz just got crossed up on 97.
Woo, woo. Wow. That is a serious cross up. He's lucky he didn't get this one right in his midsection. Oh.
As you said so eloquently. Woo.
He's protecting the family jewels right there. That would hurt. Oh.
Kike had the same look, eyes wide. Dodgers trying to take advantage of the leadoff double from Barnes, facing one of the best San Francisco has in Moronta. He shows it there with 97 pinpoint, 1-1. Moronta out of a tiny village in the Dominican Republic, Canigua, Dominican Republic. Village of about 700 people where they just love baseball. But the town's so remote, so small, nobody had ever made it out of there before Reyes. He misses away, and it's 2-1. Used to sit on the couch between his mom and his dad every night watching the New York Yankees, oftentimes with his very favorite dinners, either pork or fried chicken and rice. And he was a catcher growing up with that big frame, but a scout saw him and said that they thought he should give pitching a try. Hernandez down the line, hooking, foul. 2-2.
Pitch before, slider low and away, and a really easy routine take. Now he's out in front at 96. He's in a very good place.
Two and two. Lays off. Ball 3. Turner on deck. He takes ball 4. Back of a battle from Hernandez, and the go-ahead run reaches against Moronta.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
Kurt Young out for a visit as Turner comes to the plate. Great article today, by the way, from Tim Brown on Yahoo about Moronta with his backstory. Reyes finds himself in a tough spot here. Dodgers have put him at first and second in a 1-run game, and the former All-Star Justin Turner at the plate.
Good time for Justin to break out in a big way here in 2019.
This is a rare night for Turner already. We mentioned it after his 3rd strikeout back in the 5th inning. Tonight he has equaled his 3 strikeout game total from the previous 2 regular seasons. 0 of them in 17. Just 1 3 strikeout game last year. He's never had a 4 strikeout game in the regular season. That one nearly gets by. And now a back pick. It almost gets by Panic. Ball 1.
A late snatch here to Austin Barnes. Probably looks like it was about to get away. Up, Austin creeped out about a step and a half. Visually to him, looked like it got by him.
And he locates it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Turner has had his qualms tonight with home plate umpire Dan Bellino. Twice getting called out on an inside corner fastball. Barnes at second. Hernandez at first. And Turner takes it off of the plate inside, ball 2. Dodgers averaging better than 8 runs per game so far this season, and they've done it largely without Turner and without Seager. Can he come through here? Carved out to right. Playable for Duggar. Barnes tagging and heading for third, and they're at the corners with 2 gone.
Baseman number 25, David Freese.
So Dave Roberts, interestingly here, will let David Freese bat against the right-handed Moronta instead of the left-handed batting Max Muncy. Or Jock Peterson, for that matter.
Yeah. Well, we're only in the 7th, and he's got 2 of his lefties there. Verdugo's already hit. The other one he's got is Russell Martin, but you're not going to go with your second catcher.
Clutch hitter, of course, throughout his career. Ahead of Moronta here, 1 ball, no strikes. Tonight, David has walked twice. He's just 1 for 9 on the season now. He's faced Moronta twice. He struck out both times. So Dave Roberts clearly just kind of playing a hunch here. Barnes at third, Hernandez at first. 3-2, 7th inning. Here comes a 1-0. Slider for a strike, 1-1. Two and 1 with Corey Seager on deck. Strike 2.
He's thrown some exceptional fastballs.
Two on, 2 out, and a 2-2 that Freese protects. We'll do it again.
Kike on the move. If that had been a ball and the count going to 3-2, it'd be interesting to see if he was going to go all the way to second or pull up and see if Austin Barnes wants to swipe home.
Moronta takes peek over there at him. Belt not holding him. Hernandez runs again. Freese reaches out, sends it in the air, right center and deep. That ball splits the gap and off the wall. David Freese flips the script. A 2-run double, and the Dodgers take the lead in the 7th.
What a pulse for moments. David Freese has shown it in the World Series, in the playoffs, when he joined the Dodgers at the end of last season. He contributor. And wow, did Moronta supply some power, and Freese supplied the barrel. It almost got out of here.
That thing just kept on flying for Freese. One of the top clutch hitters over the last decade or so. Comes through again with a 2-run double. And here in the 7th, the Dodgers lead at 4-3.
Now, Freese had the big hit, but it was set up by some outstanding at-bats. Austin Barnes, the double down the line. Watch how long he keeps this bat moving. Finds a hole with that one. Kike Hernandez, the walk was ridiculous. 97-mile-an-hour fastballs that he was able to pull, and then taking sliders low and away, not jumping at it. And David Freese, 2 at-bats against Moranta in the past, both strikeouts, but not this one. Now he's 1 for 3 with a couple of key RBIs.
And now Seager against Tony Watson, whose first pitch is low and away, ball 1. It's impressive that that ball flew how it did, with Freese leaning over the plate and just kind of throwing the bat at it. Couple walks tonight for Seager. He waits on a 1-0 from Watson. In the dirt, into the backstop, allowing Freese to take third.
Early in the 2019 season, the Giant bullpen has not acted like this at all. They have been a stabling force for their team. Watson had a very clean inning against the Dodgers earlier in this series, and now that wild one. It could be a long year for Bruce. We're going to wish him well. This is his last year at the helm, but wow, it could be tough.
We've seen that same shot quite a few times already in just 3 games between the teams. 2-0. Here it is. Seager grounds one to Joe Panik. That ends the inning. But the Dodgers have taken the lead. David Freese with a 2-out, 2-run double off the wall in right center. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. 8th inning, Dodgers in front 4-3 in the bullpen with another opportunity to hold a lead here. Caleb Ferguson on for the 8th.
Back-to-back nights. Pitched an inning last night. Gave up a hit, but 2 strikeouts. Starting to feel really good about the way he's throwing the ball. Searched most of spring training for a breaking ball and better location with the fastball, but the bell rung and he was ready.
Peter Rule has high hopes for him. Here's Joe Panik, Longoria and Belt to follow. Ferguson's first pitch, a fastball at 93 to the belt for strike 1. Weak little pop-up in left center. Chris Taylor retires Panik.
Tuesday, April 16th is USC night. Wear your Cardinal and gold to the game when the Dodgers host the Cincinnati Reds. Purchase a special event ticket package that includes a ticket to the game and an exclusive USC night lightweight hoodie. Now remember, you've got to buy the special ticket. It's not a full stadium giveaway and only available at Dodgers.com/USC.
Noted. Longoria tied him up with a fastball. 0-1. Longoria's looked good so far this year. Much better start than in his first season in San Francisco, and he went 0 for his first 17. Towering fly ball, but it'll be playable. 2 up, 2 down. How about a crowd tonight, Orel, of 51,170 on a Wednesday night?
I like it. Best fans in baseball. They outdraw almost everybody last year, #1.
And the year before, and the year before.
It's been 6 years, same right along with the division titles.
Brandon Belt with 2 gone. Strike 1.
3-8. I think we outdrove the Yankees by like 350,000. Take that, New York.
Wouldn't a Dodgers-Yankees World Series again be fun?
If we won it, yep.
Another pop fly. A few in the air here in the 8th. And on 6 pitches, Ferguson goes 1, 2, 3. Been a great game. Bottom of the 8th upcoming. First, we check in the studio for a preview of XS Sportsnet Dodgers.
David Freese with a 2-run double puts the Dodgers ahead. Nomar actually called that 30 seconds before it happened.
I'm not surprised. You always let us hit and do the talking for him. Ain't that right?
He's got a lot to say.
A.J. Pollock, deep left center field, but caught on the warning track by Pilar.
Whole lot of ends in studio. Ned, Nomar, never.
Yeah.
Gonna go over all 9. See what you did there.
I didn't do it. You did.
I know, but
yeah.
You usually say that.
Oh, right. Here's Bellinger with 1 out. Bellinger drove in a run in that 2-run first inning. The Dodgers did nothing until last inning. David Freese doubled off the wall with 2 out. Watson delivers. 1 ball, no strikes. Kenley Jansen getting ready. Although it would not be overly surprising to see Caleb Ferguson stay in for the left-handed batting Brendan Crawford, having thrown just 6 pitches last inning. Wow. Screwed himself into the ground there with that swing.
Lost his balance. I wasn't worried about that. I thought he might have twisted his ankle.
Dodgers set on the road for the first time after this one. Start a series with the Rockies on Friday. Rockies hoping that returning to Coors Field will help them find some offense. They go 3-4 on the season opening road trip and hit just 2 home runs. Got 1 today from Chris Iannetta to beat the Rays 1-0 in extras.
Cody with a long walk over towards the Giant dugout. I'm hoping his ankle or foot is okay.
Digs it out foul. Not really seeing any facial expressions that would lead you to believe he's in any pain, but yeah, those walks are longer than usual. Reaches out, drags it to second. He is flying up that line. I think the foot's okay, Hershiser.
He looks good. Those super fast guys, they always walk with a little limp. They walk really slow, like there's nothing going on here. Watch now. Explosion after explosion. Stride after stride. Becomes his own umpire at the end of this run.
I believe that walk you're referencing is known as swagger.
Okay.
You had a little bit of that.
No, let's not go there.
We'll strut.
Yeah.
1-on-1 out, 8th inning, looking for some insurance with Chris Taylor coming to the plate. Giants have Crawford, Pilar, and Parra coming up in the 9th. A strike on Taylor.
Base hit right here, really good for Chris Taylor's psyche. A couple of strikeouts, the ground out. Trying to find his way back to some good results.
Mark Melanson. Oh, and 2.
They had a barn burner in Washington tonight. Philadelphia lost to Washington 9-8.
Yeah.
Philly got 4 in the 8th. Washington got 2 in the bottom of the 8th to tie it, and then scored in the 9th, 1. Bryce Harper now hitting .500, went 2 for 2 with 3 walks.
Pretty good start.
Yeah. Especially in your old hometown.
Phillies, though, first loss today. It started 4-0 for the first time in more than a century. Watson to Taylor with a 1-2. Chris swats it to right center field. That's headed for the gap and the wall. Ebel gives the wave to Bellinger. Crawford turns and relays. The throw is late. RBI triple for Chris Taylor, and the Dodgers expand the lead to 2. There's that psyche booster you were hoping for.
Good things are spreading around the whole Dodger locker room. Chris Taylor, outstanding swing, down and away, down and through, drive it to the right center gap like you draw it up. He feels better, and Bellinger's ankle or foot has no issues. Landing gear down. Little hitch in the giddy up right there, but boy, he's turning them over.
Another pitching change in a 5-3 game. Mark Melanson has looked good so far this season for the Giants. He's on here with the Dodgers in front 5-3.
Inning last night, only 12 pitches, still feeling pretty good, I'm sure. He's trying to have a comeback year, but it won't be as the closer. That's Greg Holland's job. Melanson will be in the setup role, but right here he's just looking to be a guy that limits the damage and gives the Giants a shot in the ninth.
And again, they will bring up Crawford, Pilar, and Parra. Kenley Jansen has been warming for a while. Looks like he's ready to go. He was hopeful to get another opportunity quickly with how rough last night was. He was able to escape it with the Dodgers still getting the win, but he did not feel good about the way it went. Here's Barnes with a man at third and 1 gone. By the way, if you're scoring at home, officially it was a double for Taylor and then advanced on the throw home. Infield comes in for Bruce Bochy. Jock Peterson with a pitcher's spot due next. Stands in the on deck circle. Barnes, who doubled his last time, takes ball 1.
This is the closest I've ever seen a first baseman. Brandon Belt, he's going to creep in another 6 feet. At least he was on the first pitch. Odd infield ends are still on the dirt. 2 or 3 of them are going to end up on the grass.
Ball 2 on Barnes. What does he have to gain by coming extra far in?
I don't know. Chris Taylor, I don't know if they'll go on contact or not. Already up by 2. It might give Jock Peterson a shot if the ball's fielded by an infielder.
falls inside, and it's ball 3.
Been a very good game, exciting game.
Sure has.
Could be the Dodgers' third come from behind win. That outcome could rest on Kenley Jansen's shoulders.
Barnes bounces to short. They were going on contact, and Taylor's out.
Austin's bat ended up right in the third baseline. Good fortune that Chris Taylor didn't get hurt. Couldn't slide and almost stepped on it. Ground ball, bat goes right into the baseline, and scary right there. That was totally unexpected.
Well, with the Giants throwing 3 left-handed starters in this series, Jock Peterson's playing time has been minimal. With just 1 at-bat and a pinch hit role. With a lefty-heavy pitching staff in Arizona, he had fair opportunities in the opening series and was awesome. Hitting .438 with 3 home runs, and he pinch hits here against the right-handed throwing Melanson with 2 gone in the 8th. Takes ball 1.
This Dodger offense has been exceptional, and you think about it, it's all been at home. This could be their 5th victory. They've done it without batting in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
Seattle, the other offensive juggernaut, but they've had 2 extra games over there in Japan.
Two balls and a strike on Jock Peterson. Manny Machado hit his first home run as a Padre today. They salvaged the final game of that series against Arizona, 4-1. Joey Lucchesi, 5 shutout innings for the Padres. Barnes at first, 2 out, and Melanson to Peterson with a 2-1. 2-2. Bounce gently, panic at second, gets Peterson. The Dodgers add 1. Into the 9th we go. Kenley Jansen will try and shut it down and get the Dodgers a series win. Hoping for a much smoother ride tonight. Not nearly as much wiggle room as he had last night. Dodgers 5, Giants 3 to the 9th inning.
It has been all cutters from Kenley Jansen, but they all have not been cutting. They haven't even been to the correct side of the plate a lot of times, so he's trying to lock in on that pitch. And if I had a suggestion for him also, I would throw a few more sliders. Get the slider in the mix, because if your number 1 is not perfect or exactly where you want it, being a little mysterious out there with pitch selection could help.
And by a few more, you mean any at all.
Exactly. I don't think he's thrown one in 2019.
Crawford, Pilar, and Parra, the due-ups for the Giants. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th for LA. The Giants getting all 3 in the 4th against Ross Stripling. They've brought just 1 more than the minimum to the plate the rest of the game. Nice looking cutting action on that, and strike 1 on Crawford. Not as worried about the velocity as he is the spin rate, and the ensuing movement on that cutter. Nothing in 2.
First one had good action. The second one had the right height. If he can go with the combo right here, might get him out. Get it up and get it cutting.
So Barnes puts the target for 0-2. Crawford 1 for 3.
People at home might be still thinking, you know, how can they not hit that if they know exactly what he's trying to do and what he's doing? It's the late movement. It's the cutting action.
There's a slider.
First one of 2019. Something to change their eye. For Kenley, changing the eye line is down with the breaking ball. Most pitchers changing the eye line is up around the eyes and shoulders, but he does a lot of pitching up there, so the slider really is his way of getting people off the high pitches.
Going back up there with a 1-2 and getting him swinging for the first out of the 9.
I like it. You set him up with a breaking ball to get back to your number 1. High cheese with a little bit of cut. But real good altitude. Should go right across the letters there.
Yeah, just having planted the seed that he's willing to throw the slider, even if he's not getting a strike on it, it's a big deal.
Especially when the velo right now is 89 to 91. I think he definitely needs to drop the scales down and show him that he'll throw something off speed.
Evan Pillar looks at a strike. Giants debut, he's 0 for 3, and on the season he's 1 for 20. Debut start, I should say, made an at bat late last night after flying from Toronto, landing about an hour before game time. Quickly 0-2, and the hardest pitch that he's thrown at 92. A pop-up. Bellinger or Hernandez. It's Bellinger. 2 out.
And out away from going 5-2. The offense has carried them. The bullpen is really responsible for the 2 losses. But they've gotten 4+ runs in 6 of 7 games so far this year. And that is a real good sign for the Dodgers.
Kenley can wrap this up. Like you said, they'll be 5-2, and you can make a pretty easy argument that they should finish the opening homestand 7-0. Well, the name of the game is winning series, and they're an out away from doing it in both of this opening homestand. On Parr's mind is keeping the game alive for Buster Posey, who Bruce Bochy's put in the on-deck circle. Here comes Kenley Jansen with strike 1 to the outside corner. Showed bunt, took a ball, 93, hardest one he's thrown. Two and 1.
I love it, though. Disgust on the mound for missing his spot. He's feeling good. He thinks he can execute, and he missed, but he got angry. All different ways to get the adrenaline flowing.
Two balls and a strike on Gerardo Parra. Kenley Jansen comes back home and gets strike two.
With a man on, I don't think he would do it, but he might pull the trigger on his second slider of the year right here. Nobody on, not facing the tying run. Nope, they're going up.
2-2.
The best cutters we've seen from him this year. Whatever adjustment he made from last night to tonight, it's working.
The 3-2. Bouncing ball softly to first. That's going to do it. The Dodgers come from behind and win this game 5-3. Win this series 2-1 and go 5-2 on the season opening homestand.
Ross Stripling was not flawless, but he set the bullpen up. Alexander, Ferguson, and then Jansen. This one was according to script if you're going to come back and win one.
Play of the game is brought to you by Lexus. A 2-out, 2-run double for David Freese in the 7th inning. To bring the Dodgers from down 3-2 to in front 4-3. They'd add one in the 8th inning and hang on to win it by a final score of 5-3. Now to the road they go for the first time in 2019. 3 with the Rockies and 4 with the Cardinals, all beginning on Friday afternoon from Coors Field. For Orel Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Access Sportsnet Dodgers starts now. We'll talk to you from Denver on Friday.